overview. It will explain what drive an IT environment, such as 3Cs: continuity, compliance, and consolidation, and what kind of malicious threats that can happen in organizations, such as external attacks, intrusion, and password cracking, viruses and worms, and also how is the defensive measures and how to manage the incidents. And then the most important is what is the security management framework that should be developed in recreational sports. And finally, there's a conclusion that's emphasis the information assurance and security management. First, 3Cs such as continuity, compliance, and consolidation should be deployed in the organization. Its drive IT environments, contains safeguards, it contains the human technical data. The continuity should be deployed in the application such as website, server in the recreational sports, and class registration membership. This class registration membership is the special case because it contains the personal info or personal information. And then information availability and information compliance protection for application. Like stated before, the class registration membership, it's based on the Sarbanes-Oxley law and other service level agreement. Company need to integrate and provide this information availability and information protection, especially for customer. And then the consolidation for IT infrastructure consist of in application integration, from integration application to the server, and then centralization or allocate the server, physical consolidation, small server to large server, because what happened now in the Christian sport is only one server and company need to enhance and deploy the physical consolidation of the IT environment. And last is the data integration in consolidation to system management storage. Malicious threats that can be faced in this malicious threat, it won't explain about the weather, tectonic, or other aspect that's threats or the physical threat, but it explain the infrastructure that's such as electricity and terrorism, such as external attacks that will be explained. Distributed denial of service or denial of service, that's a malicious threat for the website. As we know that's a disruption of service. This is one of the external attacks that should be aware by Exxon Sport. And then IP spoofing is trick that target computer into think that it's receiving data from another source other than actual sender. So in the other words, it can attack the DOS or distributed DOS with a fake IP address, so it's difficult to trace in the networking. And then internet security system or IS threat, it could be a threat for the web server because some port in the web server is open, some for the HTTP or FTP, so the threat can attack from that hole. And then we can avoid by the network monitoring using proper firewall or hardware that's is not contains now, and we can close port for 2021 for ATP and aware for the other port also. Second malicious threats is the intrusion and password cracking. This is also important because the intrusion and password cracking can theft the identity, especially for the class membership, software, and server. Username and password, users should be aware for this. And then the password vulnerabilities, and also we should aware for the password cracking software such as PWDUM2, NetBIOS auditing tool, or John the Ripper. This is used often in the Linux in the application software and application support is luckily is not have Unix, but because it's connected with the server in the call set, so we should aware also with this one. You can avoid by the use the strong password encryption, other technical countermeasures that content such as content filtering application. And the third, malicious threats such as virus and worms. This is also important because virus and worm can make system can be slow and crash, and also spyware that can theft, especially on the class registered membership. According to the network security by Ignesjz, virus can be divided by boot sector, such as virus that occupies boot of floppy hard disk and load itself using boot of sequence, and then executable load when program started, and a polymorphic virus that encrypt itself, attempt to threat detection and destruction, and then microvirus that embedded in programs such as work processor that we don't aware about it. So we can avoid by aware for network software and application scanning. We can do regular backup, and also we can update the patch for virus, worms, and spyware. Defensive measures for this attack. First is security policies. This should be done by the management level, such our management that specify the inappropriate what service is allowed, who have accounts, is allowed to download something in the network, and then we should aware of the hardware such as the redundancy. We can use the n+n or n+1 redundancy to enhance the security, and we need to use the proper firewall because the existing infrastructure in the support is not has the proper firewall for now. And also, like said before, authentication and encryption for the password is also important. And patching and change management to update the security in the IT infrastructure. And last is the instruction detection and network monitoring to avoid the virus or the attack, other external attack. Incident management. This is the one of the 3 C's, such as consolidation. We need to aware of infrastructure design because the potential impact of the attack sometimes attack the single server only. So based on the picture, if we can use the more server count, so it will create advantage to the IT infrastructure. Second, execution of operating procedures, like stated before, the security policies. So this is the execution of the operating procedures, and then documentation. Like sports need to have the proper documentation to the incidents. We should careful and do the crisis management. The crisis management procedures, it should be established to guide the diagnosis of problems and help the manager's decision to avoid the false decision making. And then the incident response. If there's incident, so we have to rehearse the incident response. And then the security management framework. This is the one of the important thing that should be deployed. The security decision. Experts should make deliberate security decision, especially this one of safeguard beside the in the IT's technical or data. So we need to aware and consider security a moving target. Change management, the discipline change management like patch management or update. And the important thing is user education or human resource is not only the user but also the IT department, because one of the safeguards is the human, the important thing. And multi-level technical measures this should practice. For the conclusion, Ignesjz approach should focus on 3 C's for information assurance and security awareness. Prevent malicious threats such as external attacks, intrusion, password cracking, viruses and worms. Build defensive measures and how to manage incident. And lastly, develop security management framework integration and association. This is not only in the Ignesjz port but also like the third party in the server, such as the call state network provider or other server provider. Thank you.